What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Week 6 NFL video for the main slate on Sunday. We have, 3, 6, 7 games in the early window and 4 in the afternoon window. There's, some really good spots. There's some big names who are going to be out. I do this video during the week, so we don't know, all of the injury news. So I'll just, note some things that you guys are going to want to pay attention to over the weekend in terms of guys playing or not playing. And hopefully these plays can help you out. The video plays have been pretty good, really, all year long. It's really been the rest of my, full lineups have been struggling on Sunday through the first 5 weeks, but we'll look to turn it around this week. We'll, stick to the grind here. We've been doing well on the single game slates, so that's been, kind of our saving grace. But looking for a nice Sunday here with the main slate, the early slate, the afternoon slate. Those are the 3 slates I would like to get going definitely this week and continue it for the rest of the season. So we're doing a free Guru credit code in this video, as I tweeted out earlier. 15 credits. I've done a code on every NFL video this year. I will stick to it for week 6 here. I'll give you that code after the first couple of my plays in this video. As usual, I am giving you a play for each position. I'm going to, go a little bit more in depth this week, give you a couple of guys really for each position using FanDuel salaries as usual. I have NBA early bird deals going right now. We had some huge slate winners last year. It's a long season, very tough, requires a lot of work. So I know a lot of you out there need help with NBA DFS. I'm here for it. It's hard, with all the injuries and the timing of the injuries. You really got to be on the computer a lot, and that's my job for you. So message me about NBA discounts. Looking forward to a nice, fun season. So for quarterback, I like Matthew Stafford at this price. This Rams and Cardinals game, sneaky, has the highest over-under on the slate. It's 49. There's not a single game that gets into the 50s for the over-under. It's in the afternoon wave. I always like having guys in the afternoon games. They're 7-point favorites. It's a really good matchup for Stafford against the Cardinals. Their defense is bad, 26th against the pass, 22nd against the rush. He has his favorite weapon back and, fully healthy. Cooper Kupp looked great last week. He targeted him a lot, and then he's got, the bonus guy, Puka Nacua, who is, emerging as a Rookie of the Year guy for the Rams. So he's got 2 great weapons. Tyler Higbee, he's a veteran, savvy tight end who's going to always be there for him. I expect him to throw the ball here. 7,300 is a good price on him. He's been pretty consistent all year long, getting, 15 to 20 fantasy points a game. He doesn't rush, so you're not going to get those bonus points, and that's really why his price is only 7,300. But he could have a day on Sunday where he throws for 3 touchdowns. We've seen it before out of him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did it against this Cardinals defense. With the highest over-under on the slate, the Rams have one of the highest implied totals over any other team in Week 6 on the main slate. For running back, big news, Devin Achane is, the emerging star for the Dolphins. He is out, unfortunately, for it looks like a few weeks to a month. So it's going to be hard not to go to Raheem Mostert at this, spot. Even though he's 8,500, the Dolphins are minus 14. They're at home. He's going to get, probably 20 rushing attempts, including catches. There's a chance he gets 25 to 28 touches on Sunday. The Panthers rank 26th against the rush. This game script screams for running the ball. 14-point favorites, like I said. Mostert, is going to have a good game. I expect him to see, numbers like he did against the Patriots and Broncos in weeks 2 and 3, where he got, just monstrous numbers. 4 touchdowns against the Broncos, 2 against the Patriots. He looks like my favorite spend up At running back, it was, getting dicey picking him because Achane was really emerging as the number one guy for the Dolphins. This is a very untimely injury for him. But we can look at Mostert and know that he's going to get a ton of carries. Really, the only reason if he doesn't stay in the game is if, the Dolphins are up 70-20 like the Broncos and, they just go to the backup, which if you want to get crazy in a tournament, I'm probably not going to do it, but it's worth mentioning. Ahmed is going to be the backup on Sunday behind Mostert. If you think the game's going to get out of hand or you think you can get a nice lucky vultured backup running back touchdown, it's going to be Ahmed, and he is dirt cheap at 4,300. So expect him to have some sort of role. He could have a bigger role than expected if the Dolphins do blow out whoever they're playing, the Panthers. So, just a suggestion, something to keep in mind. I'm probably not going to go there, but Mostert's my guy for sure at 8,500. I have no problem spending up this amount of money. And then on a GPP, another guy I wanted to mention, I don't think I'm going to get him in cash games, but decent chance GPP. Dameon Pierce's touches have gone up by the week so far this year. His numbers haven't been great, but this is going to be a close game against the Saints. They're at home. They can establish a running game. He has found the end zone once against the Jaguars, but it's nice to see that he went from, only 11 carries in week 1, 15 and 14, and then the last 2 weeks, 24 carries and 20 carries. So if the game script, cooperates and it's a close game, they're going to give Dameon Pierce the ball. He can get a couple of catches too. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to just getting lucky if he finds the end zone. 5,900 is a really good price on him, though. He's the clear-cut number one for the Texans. They don't really utilize a backup. It's really just whenever the Texans play a good team, they're always dicey because they can't establish a running game, and especially in the second half when they're down, that's what happens when you pick running backs on bad teams. When they're losing in the second half, you lose a lot of production due to the game script. But this game script looks fine. I don't find it risky at all. I think it's like a 3-point spread, 2.5-point spread. Pierce could be good. Maybe I find him on my cash game lineup. If not, definitely probably a tournament play. His upside looks really good on Sunday, and it's nice to see that he has 44 rush attempts in the last 2 games for, modest rushing numbers, 81 yards, 66 yards. Definitely not too shabby. Again, we want to find him in the end zone, but if he gets anywhere from 8 to 12 fantasy points, we're going to be pretty happy at that price. Going over to my website for the Guru credit code, you got to go to fd-guru.com. These credits are a universal currency on my website. They get you all content that I post, and I post a lot of it. You go to the shop page, which you can find at the top left corner. You have to be signed into an account. It takes, a minute to confirm your FD Guru account if you haven't made one yet. Go to the shop page. This is where you buy all the credits. These credits are used on lineups for FanDuel and DraftKings. For all sports, golf, basketball coming up, NFL, MLB. We got Prize Picks and Underdog stuff. So these credits are very useful in the DFS industry. This site, I'm always posting stuff on this site. Type in week, it's always all caps, week 6 NFL. Apply coupon and you'll see 15 credits automatically get loaded into your account. I already used it just to, test it out. But it should say in green, coupon successfully applied, and then the website will reload itself and you'll get those 15 credits. Just give this video a like, guys. I will continue to do Guru credit codes in these NFL videos for you guys. Wide receiver, there's a nice handful of stuff I want to talk about for wide receiver. First off, Justin Jefferson, unfortunately, hamstring, probably out for a month. I mean, I'm not a big excuse guy, but another reason why we've had, a really tough start to the year on Sunday is we are just running into injuries after injuries. We were looking so good after the 1 o'clock games last week. We had James Conner and Justin Jefferson to go in the afternoon slate. James Conner got hurt very early. Jefferson got hurt in the fourth quarter. It's just, we've had an injury guy every week, and it's just bad luck. But, that's a tough blow for the Vikings. There's going to be extra opportunities for these receivers on the Vikings. Addison is a guy you're going to want to look at. He is questionable. I expect him to end up playing, but definitely something to keep an eye out on. His price is kind of expensive at $6,700, but for good reason. He'll, turn into the number one wide receiver with Jefferson out. Just got to make sure he's playing. I mean, the Bears rank really bad against the pass. So Kirk Cousins, I like picking Kirk Cousins. He's in play this week, but he doesn't have Jefferson. I don't even know how much KJ Osborne is. 6,200. He's a guy you could look at too. Additional opportunities, 6,200. He's going to be the number 2 receiver. So a couple of guys you want to keep an eye out on. If somehow Addison ends up missing, KJ Osborne is going to be, a mortal lock for Sunday. But these guys you want to keep an eye out on. For my wide receiver play, I'm going to go to a guy I've gone to a couple times this year. I'm going to continue it. Michael Thomas, his price hasn't changed, $5,900. Good matchup against the Texans. He's getting modest work. Now, we have Chris Olave. Thomas is like a 1B to Olave, maybe a 2, but he's going to see plenty of targets. They blew out my Patriots last week. I mean, as a Patriots fan, I grow up my whole life with Tom Brady coming in, and then, we're back down to reality. We fucking stink. But they got blown out. They didn't need Thomas in the second half, didn't need to throw to him. All of these numbers are essentially in the first half, 4 catches, 65 yards. That's fine. He's under 6,000. If he finds the end zone, it's a bonus. It's always going to be a bonus for a guy under 6,000. We'll take 7 to 10 targets, for 4 to 7 catches. He's going to get mid-50s in yards. I like this play here. It should be a close game, like I was saying with Dameon Pierce. This game should be back and forth. I like Thomas at 5,900. I just, he's fully healthy. He's staying healthy. And I just think he gets you, 7+ fantasy points to hit value this week. He's a guy I've gone to, a few times this year, and he has not disappointed me. These are modest games. He could easily go off on Sunday, and his price is cheap. So I do like Michael Thomas on the Saints at 5,900. For tight end, we're going to get back into the Vikings talk. For my tight end, it's TJ Hawkinson, 6,700. With Jefferson out, Hawkinson emerges as the top tight end on this main slate. The matchup is pure. It's awesome. Like I was saying with Addison and KJ Osborne, the Bears rank almost dead last against the pass, 31st. Hawkinson looks great. He could have a monstrous day on Sunday. I don't think they'll blow him out, so they're going to throw the ball all game long. He gets 8 to 11 targets a game with Justin Jefferson on the field. There's a real chance that he gets, 10 catches and 2 touchdowns for 100 yards. There's a really, really good chance. I don't think his price is too much for this spot. I think he's priced for Justin Jefferson to be playing because he's right around 6,700 every week when Jefferson does play. In this position, I think he should be 7,700 or more. So we're getting a value play here. I like TJ Hawkinson. He could easily be the highest scoring tight end on Sunday. I'm going to have a lot of exposure to Hawk. I don't usually pick TJ Hawkinson. I don't usually spend up at tight end, but this is a really intriguing spot for me. I think he's going to be popular for good reason with no Justin Jefferson on the field. And then for defense, let's just get cheap here. There's a couple of really, really good defensive spots. The 49ers with the Browns, that goes without being said. They're huge favorites, low over under. The Eagles against the Jets, also a great spot. The Dolphins against the Panthers, another great spot. If you have the money to spend up on defense, I have no problem with you picking whoever you like the most between these top 3. 49ers, Eagles, Dolphins. They're all awesome defensive plays. But as I say every week, I don't look too far into defense. And if I can go cheap, I'm going to go cheap because I would rather spend up on players. And the Buccaneers defense looks good. 3,400, they're averaging 11 fantasy points per game. It's only a 42 over-under. It's like a 3-point spread. They could easily shut down Jared Goff. I mean, they don't even need to shut down Jared Goff. At 3,400, they can still give up some points. They just got to get a couple turnovers. It's a really cheap price, and they've, looked pretty damn solid all year long. Averaging only 16.5 points allowed per game. 9, 17, 5, 13 fantasy points. I mean, this is a dirt cheap defense. They're not playing that good of an offense. I know the Lions are pretty good, but on the road, I'm not sold. I don't mind spending down on the Bucs defense at 3,400. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Let's have a huge Sunday. Always looking for a huge Sunday. Hopefully these plays help you out in your own personal lineups. Putting that Guru credit code Week 6 NFL for those 15 credits. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off.